I was out walking the dog this morning, and when I got back in, girlfriend was watching Good Morning America, and she had the DVR rewound and paused, and she said, "Press play in the DVR and see what just came on Good Morning America." And it was a news report talking about two Canadian men that were outed by Ashley Madison, or outed by this hacking of Ashley Madison, and either they were about to be exposed or they were exposed as being paying members of that website, and they killed themselves. Like, they're dead. And it's, at this point where I was more leaning towards the, if you trust the internet and that your information is secure and you do something like take part on a website that hooks up married couples so that they can cheat without their other spouse knowing, I was more of the like, you know what? You take the chance, and that's a occupational hazard, for lack of a better term, or just a user hazard of the internet when you engage in something like this. But this whole hacking and the extorting, the false websites that are set up to basically, like search your name, see if you know someone's in there or whatever, and it just sends malware to your computer and all this other shit. And all that stuff that is coming from this is beyond the LOLing at people being exposed for being no good cheats. Now, don't get me wrong, and sorry, I got paint on my hands because I was painting. But anyway, don't get me wrong. A no good, deceitful cheater is a scumbag, and someone that is going to cheat on their spouse and not just say, hey, things aren't working out, I don't want to be with you anymore, let's just move on and go our separate ways, that you have to engage with sex with someone else behind your spouse's back. I'm not condoning that here for a second. But see, this whole went from pointing at people being like, aha, see, you all got exposed, that's what you get, haha, you trusted the internet and the internet just bit you back, haha. But now it's like people being extorted, and what's happening here with the extortion, Undertaker Freak actually made a video about this a couple of days ago. People are being basically, their names are being discovered, and people are finding the names of rich people, or just anyone. It doesn't even have to be rich, but it's more enticing to find a rich person, and saying, hey, Joe Smith, I saw you on the Ashley Madison registry. Guess what? I'm going to tell your wife about this. You want to keep my mouth shut? Give me $5,000, send it to my account right now, and I won't mention a word to her. That's extortion. Now, it's getting to the point that some of this extortion, actually I don't know the specifics of why these two men committed suicide, whether they were being extorted or they were just embarrassed out of fear of being eventually discovered. Whatever the case may be, the fact that this is going on to people physically killing themselves from this, it's gone too far. It's gone way too far. And to anyone out there that is either willing or condoning of this extortion, you better be careful where you tread. Not so much the people that are condoning, but the people that are actually carrying through with some of this extortion stuff. If you extort someone and it leads to their untimely demise, even in any way, shape, or form, you can be culpable for a lot more than just extortion. Like, there's ways and areas and countries that will charge you with third-degree manslaughter, potentially murder, because what you did led to that person's death, if only partly. I just like, people just need to just step back, and I get that the internet is one big LOL cow, and this is like one of the most hilarious things that's happened in the history of the internet because no good cheaters are being exposed. But see, it's gone beyond the LOL part of this whole thing into just some very serious shit. Extortion is very serious shit. I don't care what you think about cheaters and what some no good husband is doing behind their wife's back, or what some no good wife is doing behind her husband's back. No one deserves to die over infidelity. No one deserves to be extorted over infidelity, frankly. Now, frankly, someone deserves to get divorced and get them run through the ringer and have empty pockets in the end of it. Hey, I'm all for that. If the spouse that gets cheated on wants to go to divorce and say, hey, I'm going to take my other spouse for everything they're worth in courts, have at it. Have at it. You deserve to go for every penny you want. But extorting as an outsider, as someone who just happened to come across this information, and hold someone else's husband or wife and letting them know that you were cheating, that's taking it too far. And the fact that people are dying over this now, it's beyond way too far. It is well beyond way too far. The problem is there's a lot of assholes out there that are going to keep continuing to try and take advantage of people now. And the one thing, the one silver lining to all of this is hopefully this wakes people up to understanding that doing shit like this on the internet is never going to be safe and secure. It just never will be. It'll never be safe and secure completely to do banking online, to do shopping online, to go to a hookup website online. And at any given time, something can get hacked, your information can get exposed, and you may want to assess whether or not you want to take part in something like a cheating website or a website to hook up, you with another cheating spouse. So from this point on, if like another one of these websites gets hacked, then it's, fool you once, shame on them, fool you again, then shame on you. Like that's why an expression like that exists, because you should all know now what this could potentially lead to. It's like, oh, well, Ashley Madison, they said they're a lot more secure now, and they're not going to get a data breach. Like Ashley Madison's going to be a target for hackers beyond infinity, because people are just going to want to show like, look, they beefed up their security, and we still got the information out of them. So, anyways, any people that get outed and their public information exposed from a cheating website like this in the future, you got more yourself to blame than anyone else, frankly, at that point, because you're dumb enough to go back to a website like that. Or you just, don't care. It's like, you sign up to it. It's like, what, frankly, I don't give a shit if my husband or wife finds out about it. I'll go on it anyways. Like those people, then hey, whatever, live on the edge. But yeah, this whole thing and lead into actual suicides now, this is way too far. Way, way, way too far. And you extorters better beware, because again, you can get charged with a lot more than extortion if you, in your actions, lead to the untimely demise of someone else's life. Have a good day, everyone.